The Election Commission of India has always maintained that no private company or outsourcing in any form is involved in the election process. But the Quint's investigation has found that this is not true. An RTI in the Quint's possession shows that the Electronics Corporation of India Limited, a PSU that manufactures EVMs and VVPATs machine, engaged private engineers as consultants, and these private engineers have worked with the Election Commission of India in repeated assembly elections since 2017 and even in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. Their job was extremely sensitive to check and maintain EVMs and VVPATs, starting from first level checking right up until and including counting day, which means they have had easy access to EVMs throughout the elections. ECIL has engaged these private engineers for the Election Commission of India from a Mumbai-based private company called T&M Services Consulting Private Limited. And yet, shockingly, when we checked with the Election Commission of India about this, the EC's reply was, and I quote, "No private company was engaged to provide engineers by BEL and ECIL." Clearly, the Election Commission of India is hiding information and misleading the public. But why? An RTI about engaging private engineers was filed with ECIL in the context of the 2017 Uttarakhand Assembly elections by a lawyer named Amit Ahluwalia. ECIL's RTI reply said ECIL is engaging skilled and semi-skilled consultants through a single authorized manpower supply agency called T&M Services Consulting Private Limited. ECIL confirmed that close to 50 private consulting engineers were used to check EVMs during the 2017 Uttarakhand Assembly elections, and that only 8 regular employees of ECIL were involved. We spoke to some of these consultant engineers who were engaged in the Uttarakhand Assembly elections 2017. Some of them even confirmed to the Quint that they had been deputed for the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, once again for the job of handling EVMs and VVPATs up until and including counting day. Something very important to note here. Part of the job for these private consulting engineers was to upload key details like party symbols and candidates' name onto the EVMs and VVPATs. To do this, they had access to these machines for 15 days before polling. Were these engineers vetted by the Election Commission of India? We do not know. The company T&M Services Consulting that provided these engineers, was this company vetted by the Election Commission of India at least? We don't know that either. What we do know and can say is that this has potentially compromised the entire election process. The Quint has found out that on this matter, the Election Commission hasn't just misled the public, but even one of its own former bosses. Former Chief Election Commissioner Dr. S.Y. Qureshi has told the Quint that in 2017, he heard allegations that the sensitive task of handling EVMs was being outsourced during assembly elections in 2017. On reaching out to the EC, Qureshi says he was assured by EC officials that only in-house engineers had checked EVMs and VVPATs during those elections. Qureshi had even tweeted about it in November 2017, going so far as to even attach the guidelines the EC had shared with him, saying, "Only engineers of BEL, ECIL who are on their payroll are deployed for FLC of elections, which is first level checking." And yet, ECIL's RTI reply concedes that they did use private engineers during the Uttarakhand state elections, something the Election Commission continues to deny. We ask, why this contradiction? How can the EC not know whether ECIL is engaging a private company for engineers or not? In the national interest, in their role as guarantors of free and fair elections, they have to know, and they are obliged to tell you, the voter, as well. ECIL and T&M Services Consulting have not yet responded to our queries. We will update this story when they do.